This afternoon, Rays baseball from Tropicana Field. The wrap-up game of the series between the Rays and the Rangers, and the final game of this homestand. Well, hi again, everyone. Welcome to an afternoon of Rays baseball. Dwayne Stats with Brian Anderson, Tricia Whitaker along throughout the afternoon as well. Well, the Rays and the Rangers have divided the first two games, so the rubber game of the series. And boy, what a great pitching matchup. And it begins for the Rays with the left-hander Shane McClanahan after win number 10 today.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, he would be the first major leaguer to 10 wins if he's able to pull that off, sitting at 9-1 right now. You know, Shane McClanahan, the first thing that you think about with him is the consistency. 13 starts, he's given up 2 earned or fewer in 12 of the 13. And so these numbers right here, not surprising at all, because he's got 4+ to elite pitches that he can put you away with. Does a great job of putting a hitter back on his heels early in a count.
Well, and the Rays have the potential to have their hands full with Martin Perez on the mound. He has come into his own since donning a Texas Rangers uniform.
Listen, Martin, I'm telling you, he's coming off arguably his best start of the season. It was a 7-inning effort, 3 hits, 1 unearned run his last time out. You see right there against the St. Louis Cardinals. But this is what I'll tell you. He's got a great combination, 2-seamer, cutter, changeup. But for him to be successful, he needs to be able to control both sides of the plate. So that is something to keep your eye on here this afternoon.
Well, a matchup of the two teams with the top 2 records in the major leagues. The Rays 47-20, and the Texas Rangers come in 41-22. Martin Perez against Shane McClanahan, moments away. Truist by Frontier. Uncable yourself. Get fiber internet. By the Florida Lottery, which has generated over $43 billion for Florida's students and schools. And by GTE Financial, where banking is instantly easy. Wrap-up game of the series, wrap-up game of the homestand for the Rays. The Rays against the Texas Rangers in the rubber game of this get-together. Has been a draw so far at Tropicana Field. In game 1, the Rays prevailed thanks to a 6 RBI night from Isaac Paredes. Yesterday, in the second game of the series, Corey Seager stole the show with a 5-hit afternoon, leading Texas to victory. And today, a pair of southpaws take the hill with Shane McClanahan facing off against Martin Perez in the rubber game. We welcome you to Rays baseball. Rays wrapping up their homestand, coming in 47-20, taking on the Texas Rangers. The Rays are in first place in the American League East by 5.5 over Baltimore. Texas has a 5-game lead over Houston in the American League West. And the competition has already begun here on the field at Tropicana Field. And Randy Arozarena had a tough time with that young man right there.
Yeah, he might have
showing great Randy speed.
I was going to say he might have a tough time with the running too. Well, listen, everybody looking forward to this game. Rubber game of the series, and you've got the matchup Shane versus Martin.
The Rays will be hitting the road immediately following this game, taking a trip to the West Coast to Oakland and San Diego. Will not be back home until the 20th of this month. That will be against Baltimore. Baltimore and Kansas City in on that homestand. And this afternoon it will be the big left-hander Shane McClanahan looking for his 10th win of the year. Tied in the major leagues with most wins at 9, and best in the major leagues with that earned run average of 2.02. Starting lineup for Texas. He'll be facing this lineup presented by your local Ford dealers. Marcus Semien leading off again at second base, followed by the DH Corey Seager. Nathaniel Lowe hits third. He'll be at first. Adolis Garcia in right field hitting cleanup. Josh Young is at third. Jonah Heim will do the catching. Ezekiel Duran the shortstop. Robbie Grossman in left. Leody Taveras in center field batting ninth.
Well, for Shane McClanahan, listen, the overall numbers are outstanding. 9-1, 202. But look what he has done here at Tropicana Field. It's you think about Zach Eflin, how good he's been here. Shane McClanahan, same thing, 4-0 with a 1.22 ERA. That whip well below 1. That's, the Rays have made this their home. 30-7 as a team at Tropicana Field. Let's take a look at the defense and see how it's going to line up behind him. In that outfield left to right, we've got Randy Arozarena, Jose Siri, and Manuel Margot. And across that infield third to first, Isaac Paredes, Wander Franco, Taylor Walls, and Yandy Diaz, with Christian Bethancourt back behind the plate.
And Kevin Cash in his 9th season as the Rays manager. And boy, what a great start it has been to this season. Best record in the majors. Here's the first pitch of this game, and Semien fouls it back. We are underway. Semien batting .297, coming off a 2-hit night last night. Strike 2 on the slider right there. 0-2. Did he go? He checked in time.
Well, how about if you're Marcus Semien? You step into the box against McClanahan and you see fastball mid to upper 90s, slider, and then curveball. Not very comfortable.
And he sends a fly ball back into center field. Siri's going to be there, and he makes the catch. And on top of that, Semien is now 0 for 10 with 4 strikeouts in his career against McClanahan. Now Corey Seager. And Seager coming off a whale of a game in game 2 of this series. 5 for 5. Swinging at the first pitch, fouling it away. Strike 1. Take a look at the Florida Lottery jackpot numbers there. I mean, you talk about being hot for the last week and a half. That's it.
Well, there you go. That average, extra base hits, runners in scoring position, that jumps out at you. But I'll tell you, this Texas Ranger team and the Rays on top of that, they do a great job with runners in scoring position as a team.
Back over the mound, and right there is Franco, who is shaded toward the bag at second. And the Rays shortstop takes care of Seager.
Listen, small sample size, but you know it to be true. When you come in and you take a look day in and day out at this Texas Ranger lineup, you know what jumps out at you? They have a lineup. They have a set lineup that Bruce Bochy goes with.
A couple little flip-flops here and there down at the end of this lineup, but you're absolutely right about that. Nathaniel Lowe swings and misses. Strike 1. That's a liner taken the other way off the fastball. Couple hops out there to Arozarena. So Lowe is aboard.
You know, coming in and you see the Rangers, you're not afraid. Seager and obviously Nathaniel Lowe, you're talking about 2 of the first 3 hitters are left-handed hitters. But you look at the numbers against Shane McClanahan, and while right-handers come in hitting 201 off of him, lefties hitting 255. And a big reason why, and I used to do the same thing, I'd never had any kind of stuff like Shane McClanahan has. But when do you ever see Shane go in on a left-handed hitter? So these left-handed hitters go up there, and although the stuff is nasty, they know the vast majority of the time it's going to be middle of the plate away. So they just look over half the plate. And that's why they've been able to put up better numbers from that side than the right side.
There's a pitch wide. You can see Bethancourt try to receive that in such a way to make it look a little better. Brock Ballou not going for that, and the count is 2-0. There's a strike.
That would guarantee you one thing. If Shane, over the course of his career, starts popping a couple fastballs in on left-handed hitters, that 255 will become 155 overnight.
And now he's 2-2 on Garcia.
You do that a couple times with his fastball, you're not diving out over the plate.
No.
You're not diving out over the plate.
Stairs. Full count. And a ground ball right back over the mound. Right there is Walls, who steps on the bag for the Forts. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning, and Yandy Diaz will be leading off when we come back. Presented by your local Ford dealers. Yandy Diaz, Franco and Ramirez, Arozarena, Paredes and Seri, Bethancourt, Margot and Walls, and the first pitch from Martin Perez. That pitch a little wide, 1 ball, no strikes. Yandy at 309 puts him second in hitting. Well over 300 against Texas.
Look at the difference home road, and the fact that this is going to be his 9th, or this is his 9th start on the road. Only 4 at home. That is that's a tough schedule that Martin has pulled.
And in the 7 decisions, he has won 6. 6-1. That's a liner into left, and that's going to be in there for a base hit. So Yandy Diaz, who really has swung the bat better than any other hitter in the Rays lineup against Perez. He came in hitting .320 off him, and there's an opening base hit.
Yeah, set that tone. Let's take a look at that Ranger defense, and in the outfield left to right, we've got Robbie Grossman, Leody Tavares, and Adolis Garcia. Infield third to first, Josh Young, Ezekiel Duran, Marcus Semien, and Nathaniel Lowe, with Jonah Heim back behind the plate.
Now Wander Franco takes the pitch inside. Overall, 296 on the year.
Change up.
That's ball 2.
That's the first pitch, purpose pitch. That ball up and in off the plate, and now you're going to try to go down and away. I thought with the changeup, he went with the 2-seamer to try to get Wander reaching for it because he's looking for the ground ball, and Martin knows how to go out and get a ground ball when he needs it.
And there's a strike, and that pitch down.
That was the changeup. That's what I thought he would go with after that fastball up and in, because he wants Wander leaning and reaching. That typically will lead to a ground ball right to shortstop.
And now away, it's 3-1, and that changeup is a prominent pitch in his mix. I mean, pretty well evenly matched among 3 pitches. Has more than that, but 3 prominent.
And again, the movement on all of them. You know, the changeup is down. You get the 2-seamer running away, the cutter running to the glove side.
3-1, a little bounding ball through the right side. Diaz up to second, and the first 2 men are aboard. And Franco with that right side open. A little bounding ball for a base hit.
He wants Wander Franco to reach and pull. Wander says, with the infielders there, my goodness gracious, I don't have to hit it that hard. I just need to get it going that way. Good chance he's going to pitch me away, so I'll take the 14 hopper into right field for a base hit. Did not overswing, and just said, you know what, I'll take 1. That's 1.
Puts 2 men on for Harold Ramirez. And swinging and fouling that first pitch away, out of play. Strike 1. Ramirez over 370 against lefties this year. Pitch is down, 1-1. Then facing a lefty who will change speeds, and we've already mentioned has that changeup among his pitches. popper into short center. That ball's going to drop for a base hit, and the bases are going to be loaded. Ball hanging up there, but not very deep, and Taveras had no chance to get there. So 3 singles here to start this game.
Yeah, and the last 2 not hit particularly hard. That's a cutter that gets way in on Harold Ramirez, but he's able to just fight that pitch off and dump it into center field. Taveras is playing deep, way deep, and had no chance to get there. Yandy Diaz sees it down. 90 feet later, the bases are juice.
And that will get Randy Arozarena up there. He takes a big cut right there. Strike 1.
If that pitch was where it was supposed to be, that may have been a grand slam. Randy was pulling well down that third base line with that front hip.
Upstairs, way up. 1-1.
Yeah, I'd be careful going in there right now. They want to keep Randy from getting his arms extended. I understand that. But you also saw that first swing. He was flying open, looking to pull early.
That's on that inside edge, just picking up the zone in there for strike 2.
Yeah, he buries this one. Perfect pitch.
And a foul ball. That one to the inner part of the plate, and that big cut.
And fouled it straight back. That's where you have to ask yourself, did he foul it straight back because he was a little bit late, or was he on it out in front and fouled it straight back? That's what a pitcher has to determine. I think he was a little tardy.
And he fouls this one, reaching to stay alive.
If I'm Martin Perez, that was a heater. If I'm Martin Perez, that's what I'm going with right now. I'm going with the changeup, and I want him. You can see how aggressive Randy is right now, and as a pitcher, you try to take advantage of that and get him to swing at something soft.
He goes upstairs. 2-2. Isaac Paredes on deck. And there's a liner into right. That's going to drop for a base hit. Big hop out there. 1 runner scored and a big turn at third. And Franco hangs on there. So Diaz scores on Randy's opposite field base hit.
I do not understand that whole sequence by Martin. He never changed speeds on him. He just stuck heater after heater after heater after heater. You see enough of them, you're going to be on one. Never tried to get him off of that with anything off speed. And the Rays just keep the merry-go-round going.
Arozarena, his 44th run batted in of the year. Puts him into a tie for the team lead with Isaac Paredes. And an early visit, Mike Maddox out there. 4 consecutive singles. Yandy Diaz started the process. Randy Arozarena gets the first run home. And now Isaac Paredes. Ground ball headed to short. Duran to his right. Out at second and safe at first. Another run scores. Franco crosses the plate. Ramirez moves into third. And a run batted in for Paredes to re-grab the team lead in the RBI department on the fielder's choice.
Well, Duran moving so far into the hole, there was no chance they were going to be able to turn this. And so Paredes gets credited with that run batted in, and the Rays still an opportunity here to continue to add on early.
First and third now for Jose Siri. The pitch is a strike. strike first. Siri is out in front there.
Siri wondering what was that?
One ball, two strikes. Two-run first. Men on the corners. Paredes at first. Ramirez at third. Short right. Garcia's going to make the catch. A tag, but no attempt to score from third. Ramirez down the line a few steps, but back in. Goes first and third with 2 outs.
Well, Martin Perez, all he's trying to do right now is limit damage, and if he's able to get out of this, bases loaded, nobody out, and giving up a hit to that 4th hitter and give up just the 2 runs, you would consider that a small victory.
Christian Bethancourt comes in 237, 286 against left-handed pitching. And sends a fly ball into right. Garcia toward the line is there to make the catch. 7 men come to the plate. 2 men score, 2 men left. 2-0 Rays.
Well, why should Shane McClanahan deserve your vote to be an all-star? We know his numbers are ridiculous this season. It's a given that he's one of the best pitchers in the entire league. But Rays bullpen reliever Jason Adam would like you to consider an additional reason to vote for him, and that is because of the camaraderie he's brought to the team this year. Jason said that after every game, Shane is the one who gets in front of the team and gives out a Player of the Game award. He said he'll call out specific highlight plays. He said he's really stepped up in the clubhouse this year. He said last year he was a little bit quieter, but this year he's shoving on the field, and he's a big part of why this clubhouse is so fun to be a part of. And guys, just a quick note, Jason said that a part of that clubhouse celebration, there is dancing. Whether it's Shane dancing or Jason dancing, we're not sure, but Jason said there's dancing. It's not good dancing, but it's dancing. So guys, Shane McClanahan brings it on the field and in the clubhouse.
Well, McClanahan ahead of Josh Young. 2 strikes to open the 2nd inning. Young has taken his timeout, back in now, and the 0-2 delivery. A little piece of that one. Change up there. 2 strikes.
You know, speaking of dancing, that's something that Shane McClanahan forces opposing hitters to do because of that arsenal. 4+ to elite pitches. You never know what you're going to get. When you fall down in the count like this, you're in trouble.
And look out, a shot back deflected off McClanahan, picked up by Walls, out at first. McClanahan says he's okay. And boy, that got to be a little scary there for a moment on that shot by Young, back deflecting off McClanahan.
Well, the good thing is it wasn't hit that hard, and so it got glove. Did it get the side of his head? That ball got in on the label of the bat, so it didn't have as much force coming out.
Well, he seems calm, cool, and collected out there. And here is Jonah Heim taking the pitch down. Let's take another look at that.
Yeah, that glove got off the thumb of the glove. Shane may have been fooled by the change-up nature of the hit.
1-1 with that little foul ball.
Tell you, you get a ball hit back through the middle, your body reacts so quickly, and sometimes if it's not hit as hard as you have expected, the timing's a little off.
Play the other way, 1-2. Cut and miss. 2 up, 2 down. It's checking on that comebacker to McClanahan. And it was a little bit of a changeup off the bat, 71.
Yeah, and that's where maybe the timing gets a little messed up, because you're expecting, you know, a ball through the middle like that. It's going to be an absolute bullet. That one was not. That changeup was awesome. That pitch for McClanahan has a whiff rate of over 52%.
I mean, that's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
That pitch has grown so much from a season ago, and it was good a season ago.
1-1 to count.
But we talked about it in his last start. He's getting 4 extra inches of drop on that pitch this season, and that's why you see that whiff rate going through the roof.
Well, it's working out well. Another one, and that's going to have Duran stepping out to take his timeout.
The Bally bar, you can see over the last 3 seasons how that movement down has improved drastically.
And a swing and miss. So he takes care of Duran, picking up 2 strikeouts along the way in a 1-2-3 inning. Rays lead 2-0. It's 50-50 charity raffle jackpot. Proceeds support youth programming in Tampa Bay, so you can win big and support the community. Visit RaysBaseball.com/50-50. Rays with a 2-run first, grabbing the early lead. Manuel Margot, the number 8 hitter, will begin the bottom of inning 2. Taylor Walls, and then back around to Yandy Diaz. Rays 2 runs, 4 hits. Margot shortens on the bat. Young plenty back down at third. 1 ball, no strikes. 2-0. Just like that, Perez is behind Margot. 3 balls and no strikes. Three and 1. Texas lefty, 32 years old, out of Venezuela. 12-game winner a year ago in 32 starts. And the Rays put the leadoff man aboard. Margot draws the walk.
Well, we said coming into this start for Martin that for him to be successful, he has to control both sides of the plate. And that's not something that he's been able to establish thus far. And that's why you see the Rays jumping out in front now with a leadoff walk.
Taylor Walls. Ground ball. That's going to be a fair ball. By the bag and beyond the bullpen. Margot going to head to the plate. He's going to score. It's a double for Walls. And the Rays tack on another run. It's 3-0.
You know, the fear right here of Taylor Walls potentially laying one down, that brings Josh Young in. That cuts down on his range, and he can't get there. It's that simple. He's at the cut of the turf there, and just the range is limited. The closer you are, and that's all because the fear of Taylor Walls may lay one down.
Carlos Perez doing all he could to make sure he was out of the way of that ball that goes for 2 bases. Now Diaz, top of the lineup for the Rays in a 3-0 game. And it's a strike. So the quick start for the Rays this afternoon. And there goes Walls headed to third. The pitch is fouled out of play back of first. And Walls could have almost walked into third.
Yeah, that cutter in ends up nullifying that great jump by Walls. And boy, the Rays, who have not been thrown out trying to steal a bag since May the 22nd, they have picked their spots so very well, including Taylor Walls. I don't think he's been thrown out yet this season.
He is 15 of 15. And a strike call. Yandy Diaz not happy with that call, and he is the first out. Here's a look.
That's just one of those perfect pitcher's pitches, just too close to take. Was that off the edge? Yeah, probably. It's close. But when it's that close, you may get that call.
Now Wander Franco. A potential run to pick up out there, and there's a line drive into left. Will be caught by Grossman. And back into second goes Walls. That had some sink on it, and Grossman managed to make the catch.
You know, that pitch got to where Martin Perez wanted it. The quick hands of Wander allows him to barrel it, and then Grossman tracking that ball very, very well. Sinking quickly, not quick enough.
Wander thought he had himself a hit, and the run batted in there.
But let's think about his first hit and what the exit velocity on that one was compared to that.
Yep.
I guess it evens out, apparently.
Now Harold Ramirez. The strike. A little ground ball headed up the middle. Bates hit into center. Here comes Walls. He will score. Ramirez drives in the run, and it's 4-0.
Harold Ramirez just not going to allow Perez to be able to close this inning out cleanly. And he stays right on that changeup. What a great job. Stayed right on it, didn't pull off of it, uses the middle of the field, and gets another run home.
Yeah, what a game. You look at the base hit by Franco in the first, then the line drive that he hit hard here in the second, and then Ramirez with that little ground ball bounding through the middle and gets the job done to give the Rays their fourth run. Pitch upstairs to Randy Arozarena. 4 runs, 6 hits for the Rays. With a walk in the mix, that leadoff walk drawn by Margot starting this inning. Ramirez back in. Strike. Well, these teams score a lot of runs anyway, but look at this with 2 outs. The runs scored by the Rangers and the Rays. Topping that list, Rays tied with the Dodgers for second. It's ball 2 to Randy, 2-1. Jump out in front and keep adding on. That's the game plan. Two. The Rays have done that a lot this year. Full count. The pitches mounting up here. Over 40 pitches for Perez. Brady's on deck. 2 outs. Ramirez will be breaking from first on the 3-2 pitch. Roller towards short. Duran gloves it. The throw to first is in time. The Rays settled for 2 more at the end of 2, 4-0. Send your Rays to Seattle for the 2023 All-Star Game this summer. Select Wander Franco, Brandon Lau, the rest of the Rays on your 2023 MLB All-Star ballot. Support your Rays. Cast your vote today for Rays position players at raysbaseball.com/vote. Robbie Grossman leads off and takes the pitch down. Ball, no strikes. Taveras will follow, and then the top of the lineup, Semien. Fly ball, well tagged back into left. DeRozarena to the wall, and that's going to get out. Grossman belts that 1-0 pitch out of here, his 7th home run of the year. The 9th allowed by McClanahan, and Texas is on the board. That makes it 4-1.
Well, there it is, the fastball, and that is right down Broadway. Grossman sees it well, gets extended, and
Taveras takes the ball. Grossman came into the game 1 of 4 against McClanahan, and now has the home run to lead off this inning and putting Texas on the scoreboard. That's a strike to Taveras. Nine home runs given up by McClanahan this year. And while he has held right-handed hitters to an average of just a little over 200, all of those home runs have been by right-handed hitters. Full count. Walks the number 9 hitter.
Reveal a world of excitement. Anytime, anywhere. Try these new scratch-offs from the Florida Lottery.
Well, we're one time through the lineup here in game 3 of this series. That's the 5th time Taveras, the number 9 hitter, has been on base in this series for Texas. Strike 1 to Semien. Bluff of a start off first. Pitch is down. Bears 5 of 8 in the running game. Opponents 3 of 4 against McClanahan coming into the game in that category. And there's ball 2. 2-1. Fly ball. Well tagged center field. Siri's going to watch this one bound off the wall. Taveras hitting third. He will score. A little trouble on the pickup. Semien was going to stop at second, and he advances to third. So Texas quickly here, putting 2 runs on the board, and with nobody out, they have Semien now at third in what is a 4-2 ball game.
Yeah, that was a slider, flat slider across the bottom of the zone, and Semien put a charge into it, the deepest part of the ballpark, and it hits right in that angled seam, and then bounds away from Siri. That allows Taveras to score rather easily, and it allowed Semien to move up. He was pretty content to stay at second. And now some real trouble, but you know, this all starts bottom of the order, not getting business taken care of. The home run, okay, that's fine. A solo shot, you can live with that, but then the walk.
A home run by Grossman, then the walk to the number 9 man. A double for Semien, a run batted in, and a move to third on the error charge to Siri out there in center field. His second error of the year. And now it's Corey Seager. And he's been red hot, coming off 5 hits yesterday. And a move down to third. The throw by Bethancourt, ducking back in Semien. That double by Semien, by the way, was his first hit ever off McClanahan, giving him 1 of 11 against him. Seager takes that pitch down. 1 ball, 1 strike. Did he go? Yes, he did. Torres helps out with the call down there at third, 1 and 2.
Boy, he's thinking hanging slider, realizes it's a little too far up in the zone and cannot stop.
Ground ball, that's going to go through the drawn in infield. So Seager makes contact and drives in the run. And it's a 3-run inning. Texas right back. 34th run batted in for Seager.
Well, the slider again, that's just stays flat in the middle of the plate. It doesn't have that real good sweeping action, and certainly doesn't have that downward tilt that you're looking for, and that allowed Seager to get the arms extended and get the ball through the zone.
Nathaniel Lowe pitches upstairs, the fastball to begin. And that's a fastball on the inside part of the plate. 1-1. Wave and miss. Moves away with the slider to get the swing and miss. The ball, 2 strikes. Popped up short left. Paredes out there from third, and that ball just fouled as he crossed the foul line, making the catch to record out number 1.
There were 2 pitches in that sequence, 2 fastballs that ended up middle in. Not by design. They were missed by Shane, but they had great effect on Nathaniel Lowe, and that's what we're talking about. You go in there a couple of times. You don't have to live in there. You go in there a couple of times on purpose, and you're going to start seeing more of that.
Now the first pitch, Garcia sends this one into right center field, and that's going to be caught by Margot just before he got to the track. So Garcia not wasting any time jumping on the first one. 2 gone. So it's the third baseman, Josh Young. And a broken bat, the looper into center. Siri coming on, and he got it. Siri with a little slide to make the catch, and that will retire the side. 7 men come to the plate. Texas scores 3. It ends on this grab, 4-3 Rays. 4-3 ball game. Rays holding on to this lead, sending Isaac Paredes to lead off the bottom of the third against Martin Perez. And that's a ball.
Has been given new life. This Texas Ranger team given new life. Able to claw together and score 3 runs in that third.
Nothing. Paredes ahead in the count. This has been the issue for Martin Perez through the first couple innings of this game. And there's ball 4. So for the third consecutive inning, the Rays put the leadoff man on base. Second straight time via the base on balls. Jose Siri. It's inside. 11 home runs on the year for the Rays center fielder. He missed the change up there out in front. A high shot down the left field line. Is it fair? That is a foul ball. Siri making a bid for his 12th home run. Change up and right down the line foul. Now the 1-2. And he gets him there on the outside edge.
Just a perfectly placed backdoor cutter. Take a look at this 89, just cutting it to the edge. Just a perfect pitch.
Bethancourt. Foul back. 32-year-old left-hander. He's trying to take advantage of another walk to lead off the inning. On 1 count. Ground ball, that's going to be stopped by Duran. They get the out in second and over to first to complete the 6-4-3 double play. And the Rays do not score in inning 3. On to the 4th we go. 4-3 Rays.
He's leading the Rangers 4-3. When we told you earlier about left-handed hitters against Shane McClanahan looking for pitches middle of the plate away, you go back and take a look at this pitch here to Nathaniel Lowe, and this is what they're telling you. Those eyes are middle away. This is a fastball meant to be away. It's in, and look at the reaction you get. When you get a hitter like that to make a reaction like that on a pitch that's a strike, that tells you those eyes were on the other side of the plate.
Pitch here in the 4th inning. Chopped foul by Jonah Heim, the catcher. Strike 1. I
mean, that's the reaction that you get on a pitch that's in off the plate, not a strike.
The ground is short. And Franco. Another strike across the diamond to Yandy Diaz. Ezekiel Duran struck out his first time, one of 2 strikeouts. They came back to back on Heim and Duran for McClanahan in the second inning. Strike. Big away from Bethancourt. A strike on the inside part of the plate. One and one. Outside. 2 and 1. McClanahan coming into this game a little more than 15.5 pitches per inning. It's a line drive right to Walls. 2 up and 2 down on a ground ball and a line drive.
Now you find that, you think about McClanahan, you think Zach Eflin, some of these Rays starters that want to pitch deep into a game. They know that they're going to be limited in number of pitches. So if you're not efficient, you're never going to get that opportunity.
Pitch is down. Ball, no strikes.
Make quick work here and start to even out that pitch count after that tough third.
There's Grossman out in front with a changeup. Take it to 1 and 2. And right back to the mound. McClanahan with the toss over to Yandy. And it is a 1-2-3 inning. 4-3 Rays. Field, the Rays face off against the Orioles. That's a 2-game series, June 20th and 21st. Tickets begin at just $10. Purchase today at RaysBaseball.com. Baltimore in for 2. Kansas City will follow the Orioles in. And Margot. That's a strike. Rays up by 5.5 on Baltimore. Yankees, Blue Jays, Red Sox in that order. Margot out in front of that. Another changeup. And it's a 2-strike count. My drive, base hit. And the Rays put the leadoff man on base. And now Margot's going to dig for 2. He is out at second base. He tried to get around the tag. Semien putting the tag on him, and the Rays on the phone to see if they're going to challenge this or not. And they want to take a look at it.
Well, let's take a look. That ball, Robbie Grossman up with it. Margot trying to catch him napping.
Tampa Bay is challenging the out call.
Getting to the outside part of the bag. That tag looks like it gets to the chest. Does that left hand get there? Misses the arm. Well, there's that depth perception, Dwayne, you're talking about. The hand looks like it's there. Yeah. This is where you got to start to try to piece things together. And it's got to be definitive because the call went against the Rays.
Well, let's take a look at this angle.
Is that definitive enough? I mean,
Yep.
glove gets to the cheek, the chain, the hand looks like it's there. Can you tell it's there? Can you splice it together and see?
You know, it's one of those calls where you need as many angles as you can get. And to your point, for the Rays' benefit, it has to be the defender.
Yeah.
You know, is it or not?
Right. And we were just talking about this yesterday before the game about how certain calls.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner is out. Tampa Bay loses the challenge.
And that was the problem.
Yep.
Even with all those angles, definitive, maybe he was there, but maybe he's not good enough. It has to be absolutely he was. This is the best one, but again, was the hand there? That tag's made right there on the corner of the helmet. Was the hand there? It's close.
So Grossman gets an assist. Margot is out number one, and here's Taylor Walls. Ball no strike, so the Rays being aggressive right there and coming up just short on the challenge. Stairs 2-0. Nothing. You know, there's a case now where you've got to let these guys know, so there's a greater time element to make a decision than ever before. Strike 3-1, and sometimes that's going to affect how the situation winds itself through, and eventually it's a wave and miss. 3-2, and it goes in your favor, or it doesn't. But that time element now is more pressure than we've had before.
If you decide you may challenge it. The hand for the manager has to go up immediately. And once it does, you got 15 seconds. 15 seconds to make that call.
Full count on Walls. And that pitch missed. The Rays get a base runner again. So we're one out, two hitters into the fourth inning. And the Rays are going to start their third time through. Yandy Diaz, who has a single and a run scored in 2 at-bats, hits with 1 on and 1 out. Pitch is up, a bluff of a start by Walls. 1-0. Perez over to first. Perez this year coming into this game had given up a couple steals in 3 attempts a year ago. 10 steals against him in 11 attempts.
Well, left-hander, you've got to go off first movement. I mean, as soon as that front leg wiggles, you're gone. And you can see why a better job of limiting the running game, that slide step right there. There's just no time to steal if he employs that.
Two and 0 now. He picks up a strike.
Bottom of the zone. Borderline pitch, and Yandy again not liking that call. He was called out on strikes on a fastball that was probably in off the plate in his last at bat. Didn't like that call either.
So he's 0 for 2 on close pitches today.
Oh.
And that's on that edge in. Good pitch there, 2-2.
He'll take the timeout. Absolutely perfect. And that's what we talked about early on. If Perez can control both sides of the plate, he's very tough. He's not been able to do that in the early going here. The Rays were able to jump on him for 4 runs. You don't want to see him start to lock it in now.
Ground ball toward the middle. Into center it goes. Walls heads to third. He will make it without a play. First and third, and the Rays putting together another threat.
Well, watch Jonah Heim behind the plate where he is set up. They want to go back in. Watch where the pitch ends up. Middle. That's the whole thing. If he gets it in, fine. But you know, if you're not going to be able to control both sides, then you're going to leave yourself open to this right here. Yandy Diaz back up the middle.
Now Wander Franco, who singled and scored in the first. So he's now 3 for 7 in his young career against Perez. Takes ball 1. Franco line to left. The ball caught by Grossman in the second inning. Headed the other way, out of play. 1-1. Rays and the Rangers have divided the first 2 games of this series. And it's a miss. 2-1. Fly ball back into left with some carry. Grossman back, and it's gone. Home run off the bat of Franco. Wander Franco goes deep, a 3-run blast. And the Rays now lead by 4, 7-3. The Rays storm right back. Home run number 8 for Wander.
Yeah, how deflating is that? You know, Texas tries to climb back in the game, and with one swing of the bat, the Rays have completely answered it.
So Wander Franco with a big blast. Now a pitch to Ramirez in there for a strike. First home run for Wander since May the 9th. That was in Baltimore.
Boy, he was able to get his arms extended, and he barreled that baseball. That is a big shot for the Rays, and again, what an answer. And yes, it's been a while.
Going to drop into center field off an 0-2 pitch. And Harold Ramirez is 3 for 3.
That's the only time you'll see Harold Ramirez with a swing like that. Is with 2 strikes on him. He's a guy, strike 1, strike 2. He is going to turn it loose. Once he gets to that second strike, he will do whatever he can to try to put the ball in play. That's what he did there and keep this inning going.
Top 3 in the order for the Rays are 7 of 9 against Perez today. Let's go back and take a look at the Wander Franco home run.
Boy, just everything on time. Front leg down. And that barrel meeting the baseball out in front.
Well, Texas taking some time on the mound, and now Bruce Bochy, the Texas manager, making his way to the mound on a call to the bullpen, brought to you by the Florida Lottery. This inning so far, the Rays building a 7-3 lead. Reveal a world of excitement with scratch-offs from the Florida Lottery. Play for instant top prizes from $5,000 to $2 million only from the Florida Lottery. Please play responsibly. 7-10 and 1 for the Rays, 3-4-0 for Texas. Jose Leclerc, the new pitcher. Randy Arozarena takes the first pitch inside. Ball 1. For the first, backhand goes Ramirez. 1 out in the inning. 3 1/3 for Perez.
Well, he just could not consistently find the strike zone, especially early in counts. And the Rays, every mistake that he made, they were able to jump on.
That's a shot up the left side. Hit hard, but foul.
Oh.
It's now 1-1. Wide. 2 balls and a strike. Runner takes off. The pitch is a strike, and there's no throw. Ramirez using the element of surprise, picking up his 4th stolen base.
Boy, he got a great jump too. He was already moving towards second base, and that continues that Rays streak of consecutive stolen bases without being thrown out.
Two count. Randy just a little piece of it, fouling it straight back. Now with 87 stolen bases. And Randy is out number 2 out on strikes. The Rays scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second. Texas 3 in the third, and the Rays back putting up 3 more in the 3rd inning. Or in the 4th inning to make it a 7-3 game. Paredes, who drove in a run, his first time up, takes ball 1. Two and 0. Brady skies it, a pop foul. And that's going to be caught. A nice job by the catcher Heim to get over there near the Rays dugout to make the catch. 7 men come to the plate. The big blow. The 3-run home run off the bat of Wander Franco. It's 7-3 Rays. Rays back with a 4-run lead. Leody Taveras leads off the 5th inning for Texas. Clanahan's first pitch is in there for a strike. Rays scored 2 runs in each of the first 2 innings to build a 4-0 lead. Texas 3 in the 3rd, and the Rays back with 3 in the 4th. Fly ball into right. Margot is there, and that takes care of Taveras. Join the Rays all summer long at Tropicana Field. View the schedule and purchase tickets at RaysBaseball.com. 2023 season presented by Bayfront Health. Semien top of the lineup. The Rangers, and the pitch is a strike. Doubled in a run and scored in the third. One and one. Balls and a strike. Foul the other way. 2-2. Ball shortstop. Franco. That takes care of Semien. Out number 2.
Hey, Tampa Bay fans. Summer's more fun at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Gear up for camping, cookouts, and backyard adventures for less at Academy.
Two up, two down. There's Corey Seager. And that is strike one. Seager hit 33 home runs last year for Texas. Down 0-2 here against the left-hander Shane McClanahan. And he is out on 3 pitches and a 1-2-3 fifth for McClanahan. 7-3 Tampa Bay. Brought to you by West Shore Home, America's most admired home remodeling brand. By Mid-Florida, Florida's community credit union, and by the Aggressive Attorneys, Winters and Yonker. Rays into bat in the bottom of the 5th inning, holding a 7-3 lead. Siri fouling that first pitch for a strike. Off the plate, 1-1. Clark took over with 1 out and 1 on in the 4th inning when the Rays scored 3 on the Wander Franco home run. You got Arozarena and Paredes close out that inning. Now he's 2-1 against Siri. 29-year-old right-hander. That fastball's in the mid-90s. And he finds the corner right there, and it's 2-2. Liner into left. That's going to be in for a base hit. Siri makes an aggressive turn and puts on the brakes at first base.
Well, that's a classic case of trying to make a good slider better. And when you do that, typically it hangs. And Leclerc, the good slider to get to 2 strikes, and then a spinner right there in the middle of the plate for Siri. And that ball out to Grossman. Boy, you wonder if the Rays, the scouting report on Robbie Grossman is to challenge him. Margot did. It didn't work out there. Siri wanted to there. Taking a quick shower at first base.
Bethancourt takes ball 1. Down to a knee as he misses that one. 1-1. Rays and the Rangers dividing the first 2 games of this series. Rays won the season series a year ago, 4-3. But you go back a few years, these teams, that season series had been tough. 3-3, 3-4, 4-3 last year. The first. Series back in. They've divided the first 2 games this year.
You know, 2 teams that don't see a lot of each other. You know, twice a year, 3 or 4 games. Don't know each other as well as you obviously know the teams in your division.
It's popped up, foul. Time was plenty of room, makes the catch. 1 away. Well, this Texas club at 41-22, as we mentioned at the outset of our telecast, in first place in the AL West by 5 games over Houston. This start is the best start they've had this deep into a season in Texas Rangers history. And that actually dates back to the Washington Senators part of their history. This franchise was an expansion team, so named the Washington Senators in 1961 when the Senators left DC and went to Minnesota. So all the way back to 61, Senators and Rangers, their best start. Runner on the move, and he is out. Siri trying to get in head first, and apparently they got him on that tag on the leg somewhere.
And here's the problem. The Rays don't have a challenge. There's no challenge. So not that they would, but they don't have it even if they wanted it. And I'll tell you, that little short hop, boy, how about the glove work here? And then right there, yeah, he grazes the top of that left shoulder. And the Rays' consecutive stolen base streak comes to an end. I'm saddened.
So the caught stealing. First time Siri has been caught this year. So after the single, he is eliminated. 2 gone. The pitch is taken for a strike. One popped up, foul. It's tracked by Lowe, going to have room, and he makes the catch to retire the side. No runs a hit, nobody left. We are through 5, 7-3 Rays. Early lead, 2 in the first, and a couple more in the 4th inning. The double by Taylor Walls scored Margot, who had opened with a walk. 2 outs later, it was Harold Ramirez with a base hit to center. That gave the Rays a 4-0 lead. Texas came back with 3 runs in the 3rd, and the Rays countered with 3 more in the 4th inning. The big blow, the home run by Wander Franco, his 8th home run of the year to cap that inning, and the Rays have a 7-3 lead. Moving on to inning 6. Nathaniel Lowe leads off. The pitch from Shane McClanahan is a ball. It's the 70th pitch of the game for McClanahan. Now a strike. 1-1. Shane with 3 strikeouts, giving up a walk, and that walk turned into a run. 1-2 now. One ball, 2 strikes. It's foul right back. Swing foul ball, forcing another 1-2 pitch.
I really like what Shane's trying to do here. That fastball middle of the plate up, and if he gets some arm side run, we've seen a couple of them take off in on some of these lefties and getting really bad swings. Corey Seager was one of them. Nathaniel Lowe earlier in this AB.
Away with that one. 2-2.
There's so many different weapons to come at you with.
The slider will become his 4th pitch. Swing and a miss. He comes back and gets the strikeout. One away in the 6th inning. Let's check in with Tricia.
Well, guys, you can't vote for pitchers to be an all-star, but you can vote for Isaac Paredes, and Shane McClanahan would like you to know why you should. Shane said on the heels of a 6 RBI performance for Isaac on Friday, Paredes has been nothing short of amazing. He said he looked up at the 6th inning Friday, and Shane was like, oh my gosh, Isaac has all our RBIs. And defensively, Shane referenced a double play this past week early in the game that Isaac initiated. If you remember, he said, it saved the game. It took the momentum. So guys, not just offensively, but defensively, Isaac has put up an all-star season.
Well, Paredes and Rosarena, neck and neck in the RBI battle here. They each have one today, and Paredes with 45 for the year. That's going to take care of Garcia on strikes. That's 3 strikeouts in a row, backing up to the 5th inning. So Rosarena now with 44 runs batted in, and Paredes leading the team with 45.
How about that?
Yep.
I mean, how about that? Well, he's had 3 games this season of at least 5 runs batted in a game, in that game. So he gets them in bunches.
Josh Young right straight back into center. Siri turned completely around and made the catch. It's a 1-2-3 frame. Rays lead 7-3. Coming up tomorrow, Rays Live, the pregame presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. The Rays will head west to Oakland. Rich and Matt will anchor the coverage of the Rays Live, the pregame. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning here with Taylor Walls. 1 ball, no strikes. We'll be hearing from Zach Eflin on the pregame tomorrow night. 2-0 the count. Taylor's been on twice with a double and a walk. Two and one. Walls, a short conversation with the plate umpire there.
And I don't think he agreed with him at the end of the day.
Ground ball foul.
He must have asked him something about that ball. You had that a strike, and he said, yeah, because the last thing that Taylor Wall said was, no, that was down. So, just complete disagreement, but done very respectfully.
Yep. 2 and strike 3 at the bottom of the zone. So he's caught looking.
There was no question what was going to be called there. And this plenty of plate and right at the edge.
Jose Leclerc out there. His relief appearance following Martin Perez. 1-0 the count to Yandy Diaz. And a strike on the inside corner. Yandy had a couple of questions earlier in the day on a couple of those pitches in there. It's now 1-1. And that's another strike on the inside edge. 1-2. It's off, down and away, 2-2. He's fouling that pitch. Part of his foot. Walk that off. Anything in and close, he's got to be swinging now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. See, too many of them called strikes.
See the 2-2 pitch again. Slipped it into center field. Tavares is right there and he makes the catch. And on that delivery, the clerk waited until the very last tick on that clock before he delivered it.
Oh, you're absolutely right, and that's all trying to play up against Yandy Diaz. Let's take a look at that off-speed pitch that got hammered. Our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. It's been more than a month, but Wander Franco finally getting one over the fence there, 371 feet away. That was worth 3 runs, and that was a big blast for the Rays to reestablish that 4-run lead.
Strike one. Rays won here on Friday, 8-3. Dropped the 8-4 game yesterday. They lead 7-3 today. Wander pops it to the left side. Young, the third baseman, just outside the foul line, makes the catch, and we're going to head into the 7th with the Rays holding this lead. Well, a flashback in Texas Rangers history on this day. Nolan Ryan throwing no-hitter number 6 of his career, 14 strikeouts, 130 pitches. A short work day for Nolan Ryan.
I mean, listen, incredible career. The number of no-hitters, the number of one-hitters that gets kind of hidden behind the scenes.
We go to the 7th, and Jonah Heim takes that first pitch for ball 1.
Intimidating presence out there on the mound, that high leg kick. Well, it all meant business.
Fastball is in there for a strike, 1-1.
I was not anywhere near the same type of pitcher that he was, but he's why I wore 34 as much as I could through college. Every professional stop that it was available.
It's fouled back. 2-2. Yeah, great pitcher, great competitor, great human being. I'll tell you, the whole family, just a great family. It's fouled out of play. Privileged to be part of calling his 5th no-hitter, which was the record-breaking no-hitter at the time. Grant Anderson is in the bullpen for Texas. There's a high fly ball into right. Margot is there, and he makes the catch. And that is out number 1.
Well, this right here, not the best decision by Robin Ventura. And I think when he okay, I guess I have to. And now I think regretting it already there. He just locked him right over like a steer. You put him in a headlock and just started trying to find any angle to find that four-header face with the right fist.
Yeah, see, Nolan had done that before on the ranch.
Yes. I mean, that's a pro.
Swing and miss.
I love how he kept changing the angle of the punch to get it in there a little more efficiently.
Still some of the best video of all time.
And the great thing is watching Robin Ventura at first think about it, decide he's going to go, and I think halfway there realized it probably was not the best decision.
You can see all of that. This one is down. That's what was so interesting about having Nathan Eovaldi. You know, they're two guys. Alvin, high school, Alvin, Texas. They produced 2 major league players and 2 of the hardest throwing guys around. There's Nathan Ubaldi. Fouled back.
And so Nolan Ryan was 27. Was it 27 years?
Yeah, I think that's about right. Yeah.
And how about when when it finally ended, he was still a power pitcher.
Oh yeah.
He never became that. He was a 27-year power pitcher in the big leagues.
Yep. Roller to the right side. Walls takes care of that. 2 gone. Yeah, and I can still remember the final out in that 5th no-hitter against the Dodgers. He got Dusty Baker on a ground ball to Art Howe at third base.
How about those names?
Yeah. A couple guys went on to do a little managing in the game. And pitch is down. Robbie Grossman. Grossman hit the home run in the 3rd. Went out pitcher first the last time up. It's 1-1. It's down the right side, going to be foul. Rounding down toward the bullpen. A little business down there finally. Been a quiet day.
Yeah, that's our boy Bryson. Ran into him this morning and said, "Oh my, here you are, Daniel Vogelbach in the flesh."
Upstairs, 2-2. Kind of proud of that. Ground ball back to the hill. Monahan's got it, and the toss to first. 1, 2, 3, we go. Middle of the 7th inning here. It's 7-3, 7th inning stretch, presented by your Suncoast Hyundai dealers.
Let's take a quick look at our new teeth now game summaries. The Rays lead this 7-3. Listen, we came in with high expectations. Shane versus Martin, and early on the offenses, he was scoring some runs there. The Rays were able to chase Martin Perez after 3+ innings, 7 earned runs. Shane McClanahan gave up 3 early, but then settled right back in. He was outstanding this afternoon. Wander Franco finally with a home run. It had been over a month for him, and Robbie Grossman, who had gotten the Rangers on the board with a solo shot in the 3rd. Off McClanahan, but overall the Rays playing a strong baseball game, trying to get out of this series with a series win before they head on the road.
Well, so far so good. 7-3. We're headed into the bottom of the 7th inning. We're looking at Grant Anderson.
Well, good luck making heads or tails of these mechanics. He starts very close, and then watch the hand come out. Well, you'll see it when he starts up and up. That hand will pop out of the glove, pat it again, and then off he goes. He has a lot of built-in deception in his delivery, and uses the slider, a 4-seamer, a 2-seamer, and a very, very occasional changeup.
And with the new pitcher comes Josh Lowe. Josh is going to pinch hit here for Harold Ramirez, who has a 3-for-3 day. There's no pressure here. You're pinch hitting for a guy who was 3-for-3 with a run batted in. And the first pitch is a strike.
And then you got to face this.
Yeah.
He almost stands with his back to you. The ball comes out of the glove, back in. I mean, there's a lot going on here with Grant Anderson.
I mean, what do you swing at? And at what point do you swing?
Yeah, and that's the tough thing. It's not like you're going to face him 2 or 3 times in a game. You're going to see him once. And it's very deceptive.
Comes back to you, throws that left hip out there. Check swing at a foul ball. Take a look here from the hitter's point of view.
Boy, straight sidearm trying to rise that ball up in the zone. And there's a lot going on there. That's really where a hitter has to just hone in after that first pitch release point.
Yep.
That's where the eyes are set. You can't not get distracted by everything else that's going on, because there's plenty there.
And a popper into short right. Garcia coming in, and he makes the catch. So one gone in the bottom of the 7th inning. Sharpen up your reading skills through Reading with the Rays, presented by Suncoast Credit Union. Visit your local library or download your game card at raysbaseball.com/reading. Randy Arozarena with an RBI single, his first time up in this game. And he just steps back out of the batter's box to take a look at that first pitch inside. Drives it into center field. Back on the track, Taveras, and he makes the catch. 2 gone. So that peek in the into the Rays bullpen. Robert Stevenson and Colin Poche busy. Poche, the lefty there. Is wide to Isaac Paredes. A strike. Roller foul. 1-2. It's a little bit high. 2-2. And a wave and miss. And Paredes is out on strikes. A 1-2-3 inning for Anderson. 7-3 Rays.
Afternoon is over with. Let's take a look at our T-Mobile coverage cam and take you through it. Very sharp. I'll tell you, all those pitches working once again. The Rangers able to get to him for 3 runs in that 3rd inning, but that would be it. He shut you down from there on out, allowed the Rays to rebuild their lead. Strikes out 5, walked just 1, 20 swings and misses. How about that?
Yep, that's impressive. Colin Poche will take over. A 7-inning outing for Shane McClanahan in pursuit of his 10th win, and he departs with a 4-run lead. Leody Taveras leads off here in the 8th. First pitch is in there for a strike. Upstairs. 1-1. Cut and a miss. Colin Poche with the high school in the Dallas Metroplex. Flower Mound, Texas. I think Ben Grieve, the former Rays and Athletics outfielder, is from there as well. 2-2. Pitch misses. 3-2. Ground ball headed to short. Broncos stayed back there to make the pickup and the throw. One gone in the 8th inning. Braves pitchers strike out 10 hitters during a home game. Go to any Canes Furniture store within 5 days. Receive a Tijuana Flats coupon. Visit CanesStrikeout.com. Top of the order. Here's Marcus Semien. It's way upstairs, 1-0. Jerry Rodriguez up in the bullpen. Ball foul, and that's a nice backhand pick right there to protect the guys down there in the bullpen. 1-1 now. Popper up the right side. Yandy, foul ball, and he makes a nice over-the-shoulder catch as he approached the bullpen. Nicely done by Yandy Diaz.
Absolutely right. That can be an unnerving angle. You got the low wall coming. That ball's over your shoulder, like you said, Dwayne, and it's a basket catch on the other side.
Take that little peek and then still find that baseball again. That's really the trick on that play.
You're absolutely right. That could be the most unnerving part because you don't want, with this roof, and we see it a lot with visiting players, but doesn't mean it can't affect Yandy Diaz and the home team. You take your eyes off the ball, sometimes that can be tough to pick back up, no doubt.
Seager takes the second pitch for a ball. The count is 1-1. We're in the 8th. Two and one. That will square the count. And he got him. He strikes him out. A 1-2-3 inning for Boucher. Bottom of the 8th we go. 7-3 Rays. Sports is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. And by Outback Steakhouse. Big plays deserve big steaks. Catering by Outback Steakhouse. The Rays hold a 7-3 lead. Jose Siri will step in against Yuri Rodriguez. Just recalled from their AAA club in Round Rock. Strike the count. One and one. Rodriguez been up earlier this year. That fastball in at 96. Siri trying to catch up to it. And strike three called. So he's caught looking. Be sure and get in on the action. Exclusive on-field seating in the Papa John's bullpen box. Reserve the Papa John's bullpen box by emailing group sales at RaysBaseball.com. Christian Bethancourt waves and misses. Harcourt fouls it back.
How big has that pitch become? That sweeping breaking ball. Especially when you're talking about right on right, left on left. That pitch is so hard to stay on. And that has become kind of the new it pitch.
Foul back. You know, all of a sudden, it seems as if half the pitchers who come in are throwing the sweeper now.
Yeah, I mean, they've even categorized it like that on all these different sites you go to.
Yep.
They've changed the name of it. It has become a big deal. There it is.
And there's that sweeping breaking ball, as we used to on occasion say.
Yes.
Now it's the sweeper, the sweeper, the sweeper.
Look at how much ground it covers. You talk about sweeping action, and we talk about the fact that for these hitters, it's so hard for them to stay on that pitch, one that ends off, you know, feet off the plate that you swing at.
Down and away to Manuel Margot.
You know, they ought to make soon enough. I think pitching coaches during the course of a game should have to wear a lab coat.
This one is fouled back. 1-1.
I've seen a picture of you in a lab coat. Are you behind? You the guy behind the guy?
Yeah, but that was never for publication.
Still a great photo.
Foul ball right back.
It was you all along. You're Kaiser Sose.
I always liked the name Kaiser. 2 outs, base is empty. That's a shot into right field toward the corner. That's going to one-hop the wall. Extra bases for Margot. Manuel pulls into second on for the 3rd time today, picking up his 6th double of the year. And the Rays now have an even dozen hits on the afternoon.
Now this is a middle fastball. You see Jonah Heim reaching back out over the plate. When you do that, typically it doesn't turn out very well for the pitcher. That's the case here. Margot puts a charge into it, down into the corner.
So Taylor Walls gets it at bat here in the 8th inning. It's the ball inside. Taylor doubled in a run and scored. Back in the 2nd, he walked and scored in the 4th. The chopper toward the middle. Simeon's throw to first going to be in time, and the Rays leave a man. We go to the 9th, 7-3 Tampa Bay. Well, the Chevy play of the game. Let's go to the 4th inning when the Rays rebuilt the lead on one swing of the bat from Wander Franco. They had led 3-0, 4-0, then 4-3, and then that shot made it a 7-3 ball game. And for Wander Franco, his 8th home run of the year. So he has a 2-for-4 day, 2 runs scored and 3 runs batted in. Jason Adam will take over on the mound, with Nathaniel Lowe stepping in to begin the 9th inning. A perfect 8th inning for Poche. And Adams' pitch is a strike call. Well, McClanahan worked 7 and finished strong. Pitch is away, 1-1. When the Rangers scored those 3 runs in the 3rd inning, they did that with nobody out. 2-1, and then McClanahan retired the next 3 retired the last 15 men he faced. The wave and miss. Monahan, 7 innings of work. Gave up 3 runs, 4 hits. Poche retired the side in order in the 8th. Picked up a strikeout. And that's a foul ball off the bat of Nathaniel Lowe. The 2-2. It's pulled foul toward the bullpen. Nathaniel Lowe had the first hit of the game. 2-out single in the first. 1 for 3 for the day. And now it's 3-2. And a cut and a miss. John Slow out on strikes. That's 19 in a row retired by Rays pitching.
Boy, elevated heater. That is just so tough to lay off of and not real easy to get to either. Jason Adam, that little short arm action, good carry on that pitch.
Garcia. He hits it a long way, well foul. Strike 1. One and one. Two balls and a strike. It's foul right back. Takes the count to 2-2. And the 2-2 down and away. So the count is 4. The strikeout of Lowe to begin the 9th for Adam. O'Shea had a strikeout in the 1-2-3 8th. And through 7 innings, McClanahan finished with 5 strikeouts. And the 3-2. Tapper foul. And to this point, only 1 walk given up by Rays pitching, and naturally that walk turned into a run. Here's the 3-2. And a shot down the left side. Liner foul. We'll see another 3-2 pitch. And there is ball 4. It's only the 2nd walk given up by Rays pitching. We've had now 5 walks. Before that, we had 4 walks given up in this game, and 3 had been converted into runs. Rich and Denard along with Rays Live, the post game after our coverage. We'll hear from Kevin Cash and review the goings on here this afternoon at Tropicana Field. That's going to be a fair ball. Josh Young down into the left field corner. Over to third base goes Garcia, and Young has himself a double jumping on the first pitch.
Boy, and here you go. A real good chance that this walk could potentially score. Second and third with just 1 out. Changeup stays middle, and Young out and around it. And yet, right there, boy, just catching enough of that chalk.
Well, this, as we saw earlier, can be a quick strike offense. Jonah Heim, the catcher, with 1 out, 2 men in scoring position. Adam misses down. Before that walk, there'd been 18 in a row retired by Rays pitching. The walk followed by the double. Two and nothing. And Kyle Snyder's going to make a mid-AB appearance out here.
Well, you've got a run around at second, and so you know, listen, enough pitches in, don't want to be tipping off to location. And then you have a pitcher on the mound here in Jason Adam who's not completely locked in yet. With the walk, these 2 misses to fall behind. There you go. Robert Stevenson going to go down and start loosening up here because, you know, Dwayne, as you pointed out, this offense can strike quickly. And so you just do not have a whole lot of time here. Never easy, is it?
It never is easy. 2-0 the count. And now ball 3. This up. A strikeout to start it, then the walk, followed by the double. Now there's a strike, 3-1. And a wave and miss. Fastball up. Full count.
Jonah Heim taking his time out as Jason Adam makes the long trek back in this count. And this becomes a huge pitch. Last thing you want to do is lose Heim and bring the tying run to the plate. Make him earn it. How about those numbers with runners in scoring position?
Yeah, this offense. Wow. 3-2. And he misses up with the fastball to load the bases. So a walk, double walk. The bases are loaded with 1 out. Ezekiel Duran will be the hitter. Well, Duran has struck out, lined out, and grounded out. And 2 hits in the game yesterday, including an RBI double. And he fouls it at the feet of Bethancourt. Strike 1. That's going to be a strike. Boy, pitch down at the knees on the outside edge. 0-2. Quickly getting the jump. Adam here. And a little ground ball to second. Walsh to Franco, 1. First base, Rays win it. 4-6-3. Adam throws the double play ball. Got a 4-6-3 double play from Duran. Walsh, Franco to Diaz, and the Rays win this series, winning this game 7-3, and here is the double play ball.
Well, that little half swing to Taylor Walls, the flip to Franco, who's now going to find the bag and the throw. A little bit low, and a little help from Yandy Diaz.
So the Rays now go to 48-20, and resting on his laurels there. Had a seat on the backside of the mound after that ground ball got by him. And the Rays win it 7-3. McClanahan the winner, Perez the loser. For Brian Anderson and the rest of our crew, Dwayne Stats, hope you've enjoyed the telecast as the Rays win this series. Rays Live, the postgame with Rich and Denard, coming your way next.